A ransomware attack can freeze every laptop in a company within minutes. When a breach exposes customer data or triggers a major compliance audit, the resulting downtime and legal costs often create a total loss of revenue. At this scale, security determines whether a company can continue to operate the following week. The threats businesses face in 2026 have moved beyond simple viruses. We are seeing AI-powered phishing that bypasses standard filters, and ransomware as a service platforms that allow even low-level attackers to launch sophisticated, financially devastating campaigns. This chart maps threat complexity on the vertical axis against organizational readiness on the horizontal. Look at the bottom left quadrant. Here, traditional defenses like firewalls and standard antivirus live, designed for low-complexity threats, leaving organizations at a low readiness level. Now look at the top right. This is where modern vectors, like API exploitation and supply chain compromises, actually operate. They are highly complex and sit entirely outside the protection zone of those standard tools. Using legacy tools against these modern vectors leaves these points of entry unguarded. Because standard software cannot address these specific complexities, a specialized cybersecurity partner has become a standard operational requirement. Many businesses assume that having a firewall and an IT support team means they are fully protected. They treat security as a static barrier that they've already built. Modern attackers don't waste time trying to break through that front door. They bypass these basic perimeters by finding the structural gaps that standard IT support isn't trained to see. Most breaches now occur through specific overlooked vulnerabilities: a misconfigured cloud environment, weak identity management, or an unsecured API that provides a direct path to your database. You know you need specialized help to close these gaps, but when you look at the market in India, you'll find hundreds of vendors making similar claims. The challenge is identifying who provides deep technical execution and who is simply selling a marketing promise. Buying generic security software creates a dangerous sense of safety. While you may have the right tools on paper, your core organizational data remains exposed to any attacker who knows where to look. This matrix breaks down two common selection mistakes. The first trap is choosing based strictly on lowest price. The result? Automated scans and generic reports. The trade-off is significant. Deeply buried architectural flaws remain undiscovered and ready for exploitation. The second trap is selecting a provider solely to pass regulatory audits, like ISO 27001. This helps you pass audits to sign enterprise contracts. However, meeting legal checkboxes doesn't prepare you for live attacks, nor does it protect your data. Both of these traps share a missing element. Neither provides the ongoing remediation support you need to actually fix the vulnerabilities they find. Prioritizing budget or audit checklists over technical execution leaves your vulnerabilities unresolved, regardless of the compliance certificates on your wall. To evaluate web applications and networks properly, you need vulnerability assessment and penetration testing, or VAPT. The goal is proactive risk reduction. Security experts attempt to exploit vulnerabilities in your systems before a malicious actor finds them. This is a manual process. While automated scans only look for known software patches, manual testing involves engineers thinking like attackers to find creative ways into your system. The trade-off here is internal. A VAPT report gives you a list of flaws that your developers must then spend time patching. The true cost of this security isn't just the vendor's fee. It's the internal operational hours required to actually fix the gaps that were discovered. For constant network visibility, you use a Security Operations Center as a Service, or SOCAS, providing 24/7 continuous threat monitoring. The outcome is total visibility, real-time threat detection, analysis of security events, and a dedicated team ready to respond to an incident the exact moment it is detected. Unlike a one-off annual audit, SOCAS protects you every single day, catching compromised credentials or insider threats as they happen. The trade-off is financial. Maintaining this level of protection requires a permanent, ongoing operational expenditure. While continuous monitoring offers the best defensive posture, your organization must treat security as a utility, a recurring cost for ongoing operational resilience. This flowchart maps out how to align your specific risk to the right service. You need to move away from buying generic cybersecurity. Profile 1 is the regulated enterprise. This includes financial institutions or healthcare providers who cannot allow any operational downtime. Because a single hour of downtime is so costly for this profile, they must prioritize continuous monitoring and guaranteed incident response over basic assessments. Profile 2 is the scaling SaaS company. Your main priority is proving your security posture to external B2B buyers so you can sign larger contracts. For you, the priority is deep web application testing to secure your code, combined with compliance consulting to meet the standards your customers demand. Finally, Profile 3 is the traditional business. You may have lower cybersecurity maturity and aren't yet sure where your vulnerabilities are. Don't start by overspending on complex enterprise tools. You should begin with a foundational gap assessment to identify exactly where your risks are before you commit to a larger budget. Aligning the service to your specific business profile ensures you aren't spending money on unnecessary tools, while your most critical assets remain unprotected. When you are ready to sign a contract, look past the fancy dashboards and marketing claims. Value is found in technical execution, real-world attack experience, and strict industry compliance. Always demand concrete proof of manual testing capabilities and a clear plan for incident readiness before you finalize the partnership. The goal isn't just to check a box. It's to build a partnership